Welcome everyone to Corporate Review. I'm your host, Topouzian. I'm the Economic Development Director here in the city of Novi. I have the pleasure today to be at Mando, America, and with the Vice President, Steve Cho. Steve, thank you for having us come out. This is a wonderful building. We're going to take sort of a quick tour today, but talk a little bit about Mando, its origin. It's a Korean company, but tell us the history of Mando.
Yes, Mando Corporation, we started from the early 1962. At the time, our honorary chairman, Dr. Chung, he built this company. At the time, we worked with the Hyundai Motor Company. We started with the automotive parts from the South Korea. From the time, we grow together with Hyundai Motors global growth, and that's our huge advantage to be in here in the United States, as well as globally we were scattered right now. So at the time we concentration on some chassis such as steering and the brake and the suspension system, as well as some electrical parts like electric motors and the alternators and the starters. Also we built one of a joint venture with the Ford Motor Company early 1980 days, and at the time we were producing still the HVAC system, which is the air conditioning and the blowers, etc.
So how many locations? Obviously, we've got the one here in Novi. There's a couple. We know Alabama. Where in the United States is Mando located?
Yes, in United States, we located at 3 different positions. One is in Detroit, obviously in Novi, with R&D and all the sales and marketing function. We are operating here in Novi. And we have the one plant in Alabama, Opelika, where we are producing so chassis parts to support the Hyundai and Kia, Alabama and Georgia, as well as the Victory in Detroit. Also, recently, as you may know, unfortunately, we decided to go with the Georgia.
For an expansion deal,
yes, another expansion. That will be our third plant in the North American Corporation. Also in South America, we are now building a new plant in the Sao Paulo area. The exact location, Limeira, is northern area of the Sao Paulo, where we will support Hyundai do Brazil as well as GM Brazil.
Excellent. So Steve, let's walk around your building here and show everybody what goes on at Mando.
I will.
Great, thanks. So Steve, this is the back room. It's not completely filled up here yet, but what goes on back here in the R&D part?
Yes, actually we came from the Plymouth, Michigan, and we purchased this new building. Total square feet is 75,000 square feet at this new facility.
This was a brand new building. There was nothing here. This was a build-a-suit for Mando.
Mando America really appreciate our Novi city of Novi's all the best support to build this new building. And we have the huge plan to expand until 2016. So probably we may invest more than $30 million US to perform the actual design validation capability to support our North American OEMs.
How many employees here, Steve?
Right now we have 70 people working here, and hopefully we are adding more, another 30 engineers in here, so that until 2015-16, it will be more than 100 people will work.
So most of those jobs are engineering jobs?
Yes, most parts are engineering.
Are they specialized? You know, when we hear about the workforce and engineering jobs and so forth, one of the things that we seem to hear a lot of is that the engineering workforce is not qualified to do some of these jobs. The engineers that you have found, were they hard? Was it hard to find these types of engineers for you?
Yes, nowadays the job market is very hot, as you may know. Actually, the Detroit, there are a lot of shifting, the engineers. Specifically like a chassis electronics area, like a W majors, and the safety engineers and the vehicle validation. Those three areas are core engineering sector for the Mando Corporation, as well as the other my competitors as well. So nowadays it's very hard to find some
good
like
people.
some specialized this
Yeah.
kind of three areas right now.
So your customers include General Motors is a big customer.
Yes, and Chrysler.
Ford is becoming to be
Yep.
a customer. You said Chrysler as well. Mando sort of weathered the storm of the automotive market. I know that you folks have done tremendous amount of work, but how did you keep things level during this downturn?
Yes, I don't want to say but this way, but obviously Hyundai Motor Company and Kia Motor Company, that's our major customer
Yeah.
in the global market. As those two companies are located in South Korea.
Okay.
And Mando and Hyundai, as I told you, we
Very
grew
close.
together
Yep.
of early 1960s. It's like GM and previous Delphi relationship and the
Right.
Ford Visteon. Nowadays, Mando is totally independent company, even if our ownership and Hyundai's ownership is the blood tied
that
each
helped.
other.
That
A
helped
little
sort
bit,
of
but there is a lot of communication and the relationship we built. Anyhow, the Hyundai and Kia's growth, yes, we overcome previous 2008, 2009, hard times
Yep.
with the Hyundai and the Kia's growth.
And things are getting better again, and
Yes.
and you're seeing that improvement.
Yes. Also, our new leadership, our chairman Chang,
Yep.
he reacquired Mando Corporation 2008, and
Okay.
he renovate and all the the organization, and he's more focused on
Yep.
the long-term view, not on short-term view.
Yeah.
Even if we short-term view, we have to make each year profit, but he can invest to see the more longer term to be like a robust company in terms of financially, in terms of the technically.
Yep.
Yes, we are now continuously investing, especially in engineering area.
And Chairman Chung was here not too long ago. He brought his wife and daughter. What did he think of the facility?
Yeah, his comment was the pretty nice place. So it's a real R&D center to have on-site support to our OEM with a lot of engineers and
Good.
validation, as well as we are more focused on with the vehicle level validation and the vehicle level tuning.
Okay.
Even if the Mando Korea is responsible like a core master engineering,
Right.
so we will do more the application engineering very close with our OEMs in Detroit area.
Great, great. Tell us what's going on here behind us. This is just one of the testing cells, obviously steering.
Yes.
But what kind of testing is going on here?
Steering side, we are now heavily working on the electric power steering. As you may know, the government and they are asking, CAFE rules very strictly,
Sure.
as well as some green technology to save the energy.
Okay.
The steering is one of the contributor to have a more fuel efficiency in the vehicle. So previous years, mostly we are using hydraulic power steering system.
Okay.
If we apply the electric power steering system, we can save like 3 to 5% energy consumption better than the conventional hydraulic. So Mando is now heavily working on these new programs with
Yep.
our big three OEMs right
Okay.
now.
Let's walk over. It's noisy back here, which is a good thing. And,
Yes,
and I don't know if everyone can see really the full scope. I mean, certainly you've got a lot of room to expand here. I want to go into the little soundproof room.
Okay.
That's probably where you go to hide
Right,
from
right.
all your employees.
Yes.
The Novi Business Assistance Team is a free resource designed to assist small and medium-sized businesses. The goal is to provide knowledge, guidance, and useful tools that business owners can utilize to help their businesses grow in an effective and efficient way.
The Novi Business Assistance Team includes representatives from the City of Novi, the Novi Chamber, Oakland County, and the SBTDC. The best part of a BAT visit? No cost. If you are a business based in the City of Novi and you've been in business for a minimum of 2 years, you qualify for a BAT visit.
For more information on the Novi Business Assistance Team and economic development, visit investnovi.org.
It's always nice to come home. But these days, many Americans are at risk of foreclosure and losing their homes. Making Home Affordable is a free program from the U.S. government that has already helped over 1 million struggling homeowners like these. And we want to help you.
I'm home, and I love it, I'm home.
Find out now what your options are. Go to makinghomeaffordable.gov or call 1-888-995-HOPE. The sooner you act, the better chance we can help you.
I'm home, where I belong.
So, Steve, it's nice and quiet in here.
Yes.
We can get some peace. Now, tell me truthfully, do you come in here and hide from the other employees?
No, I'm not.
I mean, with 70 employees, this would be a good spot to hide.
Yes, it is. Very quiet.
What goes on in this soundproof test room?
Yes, nowadays the vehicles at the OEM, especially in North America, they are more focused on the some like a quiet vehicle.
Right.
A lot of hybrid vehicles and electrical vehicles are coming up right now. So that always the noise criteria is the major factor to eliminate and be quiet this noise the characteristics, so that we decide to invest at this noise chamber to validate the component level as well as the vehicle level to support our OEMs. We invested this facility like over $600,000, and it's an in-vehicle semi-anechoic chamber, we call it.
Right.
And then we can test some electric power steering, like a zipper noise and red noise, and some like a small handling noise in this skid pad, as well as we are now working on electric parking brake, which is that with the motor control, the electric parking brake, so that we can simulate this anechoic, semi-anechoic chamber to check validate our the noise criteria at this room.
So this chamber cost how much again?
$600,000.
Wow. So I can't do this in my own house. Let's talk a little bit more now that we've got it kind of a little bit more quiet here until they open the doors again, until they figure out where the key is to get us out of here. Where do you see Mando going in the next 5 years?
Well, we
Within
are
the
now
market.
expanding the globally right now. So as I told you, in South America, in Brazil, we are building another plant to produce some chassis electronics components, such as anti-roll brake system and electronic stability control system. Also, we are now expanding in the Eastern Europe, in Poland, to support other European OEMs like PSA and Renault, and as well as the GM Opel and Hyundai, Czechoslovakia, and other regions in Eastern Europe area. Also, recently we built one of a joint venture in China, Ningbo, where the Mando and the Geely automotive company in China, we built the joint venture to produce the module, the chassis module system to support the Geely. So also
you're growing.
Yes, still growing. And recently we made one contract with the General Motors, their Kinross, the Michigan, the proving ground for the winter test. ABS, ESC, during the development, we have at least 2 more winter tests to prove our system is stable and validated by both OEM and the Mando itself. So that's why we are expanding globally.
How is the Korean market in general for automotive? It's something that we seem to hear more and more about, but talk a little bit about that if you would.
I think the Korean market is pretty much a merchant market right now, so that Hyundai and Kia and the other companies now exporting to the globally right now. That's why Hyundai is now building the transplant in the nearby Sao Paulo area.
Right.
So I think Korean market is around 3 million, the market, but the rest of that is exporting to the outside.
Right. But it's a growing market. I mean, just in general, in the last few years, I had the opportunity to meet the Prime Minister, and certainly we have a few Korean companies here in Novi. It just seems that the market itself, not only just automotive, but just in technology, seems to be has a growing presence here, at least in this country.
Right, right. So the Hyundai's strong point is like a quality control. Their quality level right now is just very, very good right now in terms of IQS number from the JD Power.
Okay.
They are pretty did a good job in terms of the quality as well as the pricing. They have some price competitiveness at the global market. So in South Korea, the Hyundai and Kia, their domestic consumption of the vehicle is nurtured, but a lot of demands from the outside of the South Korea. That's why they are
Right.
exporting, a lot of vehicles exporting from Korea, as well as to digest their global presence, global location to support the customers in Europe and in America and then China and India, and that's why they have to be there to minimize like a currency exposure, currency risks, and
Right.
localize over there, and hiring people to contribute to their society over there.
Okay.
So that's
The Japanese financial market is similar to the United States. How is that comparable to South Korea? Is it better, worse, same?
I think it's the same. So
Okay.
we experienced the 1997 like IMF crisis. So from that time, every company followed the international standard,
Right.
so that we restructured at the time, so that I think a little bit healthier than
Sure.
Japan and the U.S. So anyhow,
Okay.
14 years ago, we experienced a huge turmoil, the IMF crisis. We called it
Right.
IMF crisis at the time. So.
Okay. Well, that's all behind us and things are getting better. All right, as much as you and I could probably sit in here all day and take a rest, let's go back outside and take a look and see what's more going on. So Steve, we've ended up here in the boardroom. We've got a number of different awards from the grand opening, and certainly the website mando.com for folks to come to. Let's finish the show and talk a little bit more about the Novi Center as far as, we talked about the number of employees here, but maybe the financial overview of Mando, just to give people an idea of this company and how sustainable it is.
All right. The Global Mando Corporation, the consolidated sales revenue for this year, we are expecting like a 4.2, 4.3 billion US dollar company. Total employee will be around 8,000 people as of 2011 July. In this United States operation, including our Alabama, our revenue for the Mando America Corporation will be around 850 million US dollar company.
That it? I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Yes. So total employee will be around 650.
Wow.
Down to the Alabama plus our Detroit organization altogether.
And again, in this corporate park, certainly you've had the help of Amps and Dems put this together, and they've done some wonderful development in town. You've got room to expand this center, I think, out back a little bit more. Are there plans in the future still to do some of that, and what would that be? That's just more R&D work, right?
Yes, the Alabama as well as our new plant, Georgia, will be the production site in this North America. And here in Novi, in Detroit, we are pretty much more focused on the R&D as well as sales and the marketing. So we reserved our backside area for 3 years for the possible future growth. This R&D facility in Novi.
Great.
So nowadays, the chassis electronics is more investment we need,
Yep.
so including sensors, including the controllers, and a lot of validation works as well as the vehicle level tuning required a lot of the investment in here. That's why we would like to maintain the backyard for the future growth.
Yeah, we like that too, certainly. Well, Steve, thank you for taking the time today. I mean, it's certainly, we've worked with Mando now for a couple of years to get you up and running in your new building, and now you're here, and you've had some good community involvement, so you guys are great corporate citizens. We like working with your staff, and Again, thank you for
Thank
having
you
us.
for the city of Novi. So you guys did a good job to support and have let us have this nice building. So we really appreciate your community contribution to the
pleasure.
company.
Our pleasure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
That's about all the time that we have again for Corporate Review. If you'd like some more information on Mando, we ask you to visit mando.com. If you'd like some more information on the City of Novi's economic development efforts, we ask you to visit investnovi.org. Until next time, thank you.